Welcome to Saving the Cabin. I'm Candace, and today I am tackling the tile floor behind me. Since I don't plan on cooking with a wood stove, I do plan on having cabinets here. I want to make the floor match as best as possible. I'm well aware that I may not get the stain just right, and maybe a different type of wood that I bought. Whatever it is, we're going to work with it, but not having the broken tiles there will be the best. So my plan today is minimum to remove the tiles. If everything is going smooth, which doesn't always happen for me, then I'll go ahead and put the new floor down and stain it and all that goodness. For those of you wanting to know why I'm removing the floor, it's very much broken and shattered. There's multiple broken pieces, especially along the edge, and even some towards the back. That one right there is cracked. The one in the corner is cracked. There's cracks there. So you can see why it's time to replace this. And I want to thank whatever viewer didn't have a name. Of course, I never give names anyways, but someone had a sense of humor. I got a little kid hammer. I'm assuming this one's for Jeremy. I'll put his name on it, and this one's mine. So thank you for the hammer set. And let's see what we do. Trash box, if you're wondering. Ugh. There's a lot of dirt under here. I'm just saying, I'm gonna find something alive, I think. It would not shock me at all. Thick tile. And if you notice it looks a little smoky in here, I'm doing some laser cuts. I'll show you at the end. I got a special one going. Alright, that box got annoying quick. Is so thick and heavy that I can't load up the box because I can already barely get it to slide. So since the cabinets are going to come out to about here-ish, I don't want there to be the hard, stark line. So I'm going to try to peel this board up just a little and cut back a hair. That way you can have a staggered look. So let's see if that's even possible. First. Okay. Work in progress. There we go. There's a lot of dirt in between. Imagine that. Okay. That's you. go. Another one of you awesome viewers sent me some spray foam that I can use in like a knife that, like a hot knife that cuts it, for in between the gaps for the chinking. But I think I'm gonna use it in the cracks of the floor just to be able to seal bugs out, you know, and the cold, or the bugs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to cut and stain these wood pieces. I guess I'll have to let the stain sit overnight, possibly. I'll have to read the can. And then I'll put the pieces into place. So here's the cracks I'm talking about. All this along here and underneath that edge, even though over there it levels out. It looks like right here, this is how it was when they put the floor in. It had this dip. So that's always been there since they redid the place in '81. Because it was full of cement. Okay, I think I start with the knife first. So I had mentioned that I was doing something with my laser cutter. I wanted to share with you guys what it is. We finally got a new logo going for Adam Brown Adventures. And this is what it looks like. Well, it has some blues and stuff in it, like the actual logo, but this is the wood burn version, my laser cut. And he hasn't seen it yet. He and Jeremy get back tonight, and I'll show it to him then. But I think he'll like it. It's been, I think, 4 days since I tore up the tile, or 3. I've lost track at this point. Family stuff, you know, all that goodness. But I did stain the wood. It turned out too red, even though my testing piece didn't turn out that color. I don't know what happened. But I ended up having to redo it all, get a different color stain, and at this point, I'm just gonna go with it. That seems to be the theme, because of course, everything has wear and tear on it. I'm not going to be able to make the stains match perfectly. It's not the exact same type of cut of wood, but I'm just gonna go with it. So today I had the other wood drying that was just stained. The area, and I'll show you in just a second, around the part that I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and scrub a board's width out. That way I don't have to scrub hard right next to the part that I just stained. And once I'm done with the scrubbing, cleaning the floor, then I think the pieces should be dry enough that I can bring them in and start nailing them down. And hopefully I'll be done today. So you can kind of see the spot, even though I stepped in it a couple times, where I've already cleaned because I needed to figure out what color the wood actually was. But it needs to be scrubbed even more than it had been before. And yeah. How everyone cleans their floors, right? Completely normal. You can definitely see the difference. Granted, it's still a little wet, but it just cracks me up the difference between the dirt in this floor and a scrub floor. But even like the grime here versus there, oh, it's gonna be so satisfying to get it in here, get everything clean. So this was the closest I could get the wood stain. You can see it still picks up some of the same tones. It's a different cut of wood, not as grainy. It'll do though. Now I know they all fit into place, I'm going to pull them up and slide everything over this direction and nail them one by one, squished in. Okay, there we go. You can see the really clean spot of the floor right here. Isn't too far off right there, but as good as it's going to get for right now. Eventually I will be stripping all of the floor and doing that color to it, but that is at a different time. There you go, all done. Yeah, it's really noticeable up front where the lightest part was, but that can be stained and stripped and all that goodness. Everything will eventually match, but that is not what is needed right now to get moved into the cabin, so I'm living with the color difference. Getting some working lighting, because down there that thing doesn't work, is going to be important to be able to live and function in here. I am going to go ahead and paint the ceiling because that is needed, just so it's not where the kitchen's shut down once we're living in here for too long. I need to still re-chink the backside of this, and in the living room I am going to be re-chinking that before it gets too cold outside. So lots to do. I'm running behind, and for those of you that knew my father-in-law was coming into September, it's more middle of October. We're still taking it. Any help we can get from him is appreciated, but even if it's just the roof, still works for me. So thanks for watching this episode. Bye guys.